Since being adopted by Dr. Tiffany Gallium, the boys have adjusted to their new lives fairly well. It has been over 2 years since they were actively working with Mojo Jojo as villains and just a handful of months since starting their new lives as 3 perfectly normal little boys. While Gallium regularly encourages them to practice their powers, creating training schedules for all 3 of them, the boys have found themselves enjoying their new quiet lives. Brick spends his time outside of school reading through Gallium's personal library and browsing the local library as well as the bookstore. While he could just as easily read in his room, his favorite thing to do is to read in the living room and strike up regular conversations or debates about the books he's reading. While he's still not a fan of adults, he likes that Gallium doesn't treat him as some stupid little kid and regularly asks for his opinion on things. He also likes that when he falls asleep reading that Gallium will carry him to bed, even when he's just pretending. Sometimes when he's pretending, Gallium softly sings to herself. Brick likes to think that the reason why she does that is because she knows. But she never says anything about it, always carrying him to bed while singing some cheesy lullaby. Brick can't help but think she's lucky that she's good at singing, otherwise, she'd sound dumb singing lame songs like that. Butch has found a love of sports. At least once a week Gallium has been challenging him to learn a new sport or to challenge him to a match. Though Butch knows that Gallium isn't strong like him or his brothers, he tries to hold back. Though sometimes, he's forgotten to hold back and somehow the doctor has managed to keep up with him. Though that could just be his imagination. Whatever the case, Butch loves the chance he gets to have one-on-one time with Gallium. Though he'd never admit it out loud, otherwise Brick and Boomer would just make fun of him. His second favorite thing during the week is after their matches, where they just sit and talk for what feels like hours. Gallium always gets him his favorite snacks and sports drinks. Though Butch knows he's not as smart as Brick, he likes that he doesn't feel stupid when talking to the doctor. Gallium has started to learn more about sports, and on rainy days where they can't have a match, the 2 of them sit together in the living room cheering on the Citiesville University soccer team in whatever match is playing on the television. Boomer has started learning how to play music from Gallium. At first he started with the piano. After he learned the songs in his music books, he moved to the guitar after Gallium took him to a music shop and let him pick out whatever he wanted. He started to learn how to write his own music recently. Something he was surprised that the doctor knew about, though it wasn't that surprising. Gallium often spends her day going around humming softly to herself or singing some old songs. On days that Boomer gets the chance to hang out with Gallium, they sit down and go through exercises and Gallium has him show her anything he's stuck on. Then after that, Boomer loves to sing his own songs to her. It's gotten to the point that Gallium has started to sing along even when the song is just supposed to be gross or funny. Though what all 3 boys like the most is when every night just before Gallium goes to bed, she comes in and checks on them. Most of the time they're all still awake, but when she comes in they pretend to be asleep. Not because they'd get in trouble, but because they've never had someone tuck them in before, and maybe it's nice to hear someone tell them to have sweet dreams. Though they'd never ever admit that out loud.